pardon the smile on my face, my friend, dreaming of reaching my journey's end. I'm heading straight for my heart's desire. Gee, it's good to know.
Houses now. Yeah. This was the dog, Kingston dog.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, now this is going to be kind of hard to do because there are all of these people, so we're going to try and give everybody a chance to talk and share. And this is an interview for the Kingston Historical Society. This is John Foster and Elton Williams.
This one's mine.
Lucille Weisenberger, Jack
Is this
Miner,
you?
Bob Andre, and Bill Reynolds.
Brian, could you back up for a minute so you see that? There's Bill Reynolds, okay.
Now, you have everybody.
And today is
April the 15th.
2006.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Now, several of these people either were born in the area or came here when they were fairly young.
Yes.
Some came and stayed and went to school and moved away and came back. And some stayed. So let's see, let's start here. For identification purposes, Bob, would you give your name and your birth date and where you were born and who your parents were?
Name's Robert Andre. I was born 1923 in Kingston, downtown. I think it's called Papa Joe's now. They tore the store down. Then we moved down around the corner. What is it now, Jack? Is that
That's Washington Boulevard and Central Avenue.
Yeah, dead ended. And we lived there. And I moved away in 1946 after the war.
Okay, and Jack, now will you give your information?
I'm Jack Miner, born in 1930, came to Kingston in 1933, and was here until about 1955. My parents still stayed there, and I moved back in 1995.
Okay, Lucille?
My name's Lucille Weisenberger, and I was born in Grand Valley, South Dakota on April 7th in 1921 in a blizzard. And my mother and dad were Charlie and Mary Gillespie. And we moved out here to Kingston in November 1922. And I remember a lot of things from way back.
Okay, Elfie?
Well, I was 12 years old when we came out here to Kingston in 1928, and we moved right out into Jack and Loretta Anderson's place out by President Point. And I graduated from the old schoolhouse down here in Kingston and from the 8th grade, and then went on up to Nome, Alaska from there. So.
And then she came back and worked here a long time.
Yes, I had the shop for 32 years, the beauty shop down there. And this is one of the oldest buildings. The back part of the beauty shop was moved down from up above where the treatment plant is now. And it was moved and put in the back. And when we came, we had to change. The windows were all falling apart. So Knut Riesberg and Dale put in new windows in the back of it. And then they added the front to make the shop out of that. So, but it is the oldest of the buildings in Kingston.
Okay, John?
My name's John Foster. I was born in 1932 in the house I live in now, right in the front room, at home there. And I grew up here. I went to school, started school right over in Kingston there. And the only time I left here was when I was in the service. I was gone for 2 years and came back and been here all the time. All my life, except the 2 years I was gone in service.
Okay, now you get to ask questions.
Okay. What did your father and mother do?
My father, he
Yeah.
ran a grocery store in downtown Kingston.
How about your mother?
My mother was a mother.
Very good job.
Homemaker.
Homemaker, yeah.
How about your father and mother?
My dad worked at when we first came to Kingston, he worked at the sawmill in Port Gamble. And my mother was a homemaker until 1942, when she then went back to full-time teaching, both at the old Kingston School and the now it's Wolfley School.
How do you think your mother would think of Wolfley School now?
Well, since she was one of the early teachers, she probably wouldn't even recognize it because it's a whole different building.
Okay, that's good.
My father was a full-time farmer, and my mother was a full-time homemaker.
What did your father farm?
We had strawberries, acres and acres of strawberries. We had dairy cattle, we had also the beef cattle. We had pigs, we had chickens, we had a big garden. We had lots of hay, and I used to help to put the hay up in the summertime. And just, diversified farming, we called that.
Where did you live?
On the Hansville Road, 1 mile north of Country Corners, on the right side. They call it Irish Acres now.
Okay. How about your father?
Well, hey, I came here in 1928 and went to school in the old schoolhouse down there, which is, I don't know whether you'd be interested in it. The name of the schoolhouse now is colloquially Park, but then I went from here. After 8th grade, I went up to Nome, Alaska. And then when I came back down here again, I had the beauty shop down there in Kingston for 32 years. And so, and I just had my 90th birthday last Monday, so I celebrated.
Yeah, and the thing is, she tells us that that was her first birthday party. I don't know what happened to the other 89 years, but...
No, I was always giving parties for the others, but I just did that one. That was the first one. And it was really quite a celebration.
Did you
As a matter of fact, they gave me, for the group from the Pinochle Club, they gave me, as my present, they gave me 90 of the Sacagawea dollars.
Wow.
90 of them. So,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
How about your siblings or
I can't hear it.
sisters?
Sisters and brothers.
What did
What
they